Hello and welcome everyone. I am LabLad. Today we'll be talking about the TV show Game of Thrones, as well as the book series The Song of Ice and Fire. We'll be comparing some of the stuff from the show and the books with real life stuff from history, science. It should be fun, right? The Dothraki. The nomadic warriors that terrify everyone in Essos and Westeros are made after the various tribes that inhabited the Pontic Caspian steppe, after which the Grass Sea, homeland of the Dothraki, was modeled. From Mongols to Huns and Ostrogoths and some Slavs, the Pontic Caspian steppe was home to some of the toughest warriors in history. Contrary to popular myths, the Vikings never settled there. It was actually some early Slavs that wore horned helmets and went to battle bare-chested. The Vikings never actually did that. That's just a popular myth. Vikings never wore horned helmets, nor did they go to battle bare-chested. The Unsullied. The Unsullied are slave soldiers, trained from childhood to be the best of warriors. As we all know, castration is also involved. In real history, however, similar examples existed, believe it or not. The Ottoman Empire, the slave trade of the Ottoman Empire, practiced the blood tax. Although there was no castration of the boys involved, they did, however, take the young South Slavic boys to become the so-called Janissaries, a special breed of slave soldiers. However, in reality, these Janissaries could actually arise among the ranks of the Ottoman Empire, sometimes even in the highest possible position, such as the position of the Grand Vizier. One great example is, of course, the Mehmed Pasha Sokolovic, or Sokolu as the Turks call him. He was actually a de facto ruler of the Ottoman Empire, being more influential than the current Sultan. So reality seems less gory than our favorite TV show, right? Well, wrong actually. The Barbary slave trade did in fact practice castration of their slaves, and so did the Crimean Khanate, and most of the Arab slave trade at times. So the closest thing to the Unsullied in real life would be the Mamluks. The Old Town Citadel. The citadel where maesters get their education is made after the University of Alexandria, which was one of the two best universities in the world, the other one being the University of Constantinople. Both of these, as well as some other universities, were made by Greek Orthodox Christians. However, unlike the maesters, the Greeks didn't discriminate based on gender, so women were allowed to study equally to men as early as the 6th century. These great universities were owned by the state, Byzantine Empire specifically, and were free for men, women, city people, villagers, the common people and the nobles. The University of Istanbul is a direct descendant of the University of Constantinople, making it the oldest institution of higher education in the world. Wildfire. The wildfire that spooked even the mighty hound was based on the historical Greek fire. Used for naval battles, Greek fire could burn even while floating on water. The Greeks even used it as flamethrowers during sieges. Valyrian Steel. The Valyrian Steel in the Game of Thrones TV series and the Song of Ice and Fire books was based on Damascus steel, which was very hard and at the same time incredibly flexible, since it possessed nanowires and carbon nanotubes, making it the best steel of its time. Weirwood trees. Praying to a holy tree was quite common in pagan Europe, but the Northmen of Westeros were probably modeled after pagan Slavs, at least when it comes to their religion. The pagan Slavs prayed to old ancient oak trees, thinking that these trees are a direct connection to their main god. This pagan tradition was passed on to Orthodox Christianity, so a lot of South Slavs still consider oak as holy. There is even a tradition where a branch of an oak tree called badnyak is used instead of a Christmas tree during Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.